wanted to accomplish. I had to go to them. I couldn't wait for them to come to me. And too many people are waiting for someone to come and identify them. It's not going to happen. If you don't believe in your gift enough to make it available and let folk know I've got what you need, no one's going to come to you wondering, do you have something that could benefit me? You hear what I'm saying? So here we have this crazy story of a group of fishermen, a tax collector, a doctor, and a kid who basically are braving a storm while en route to a specific destination. And every one of them, all equally across the board, not one was greater than the other. They all possessed equally amounts of potential. But only one of them, this is the disturbing factor of this, only one of them had the guts, had the courage to tap into their potential, to prove to them that they could do more than anything they'd ever seen before or had done before. They became the model, the instrument of example. Only one of them said, I am going to do this. I refuse to sit back in a boat and let it control whether or not I survive or not. I'm going to walk on what other folk have sank in, because I believe that greater is he that is within me than he that is in the world. I'm going to see if what Jesus is doing I can do. I've heard him say greater works than these I want to see. I'm going to walk on water. So he says to Jesus, who is basically showing them, modeling for them the example of what their potential can do. He says to them, he says, if that's you, then place a demand on my potential to do what you're doing. If it's not you, don't bother me with it. If it's not you, don't worry about it. But if it's you, demand me to do it too. Demand me, command me to come out of this boat if it's you. Place a demand on my potential. So Jesus says with one word, come. And Peter steps down out of a boat and begins doing what his master is illustrating for him to do, and realizes in that moment that I have greater ability than I ever realized I had. Simply because he wasn't afraid to accept a challenge to embrace something that at one point in his life he thought would always overtake him. The reality is, I believe he wasn't just placing a demand on Peter. I believe he was placing a demand on all of them. God doesn't just want to call one of his chosen out. When one comes, they all ought to come. If Mark had any sense, when he saw Peter walking, he should have walked behind him. Matthew should have tailed. John would have been right there. Luke, John, all of them should have just jumped out the boat and started running with Peter. They could have left the boat, left the basketfuls, and walked safely to shore. But that's not what happened. Because some people are afraid, because of their circumstances, to acknowledge that this may be the most opportune time in my life to tap into my hidden power. But these are, in fact, the times that God has designed for us to do so. Peter was the only one